Hello there, Sagittarius. It is so good to see you again. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. Today, we are doing a special reading. This is good for the energies that we have right now with Mars moving into Gemini. And this energy first came into play on Saturday, August 20th, and it'll continue until March of 2023. So it's with us for the next 7 months. The really exciting thing about this energy is that Mars is usually only with us for about 7 weeks, not 7 months. And Mars is that energy of doing, of getting the things done that we really want to get. It brings us enthusiasm. It brings us energy. It also brings us clarity. So for most of us, we have been seeking that clarity about how to move forward, what direction we want to go in, who are we, becoming. It's kind of like we've been picking up bits and pieces, but now it's like full speed ahead, and as soon as you take a step, the next step is going to be right there for you. So it's really important for us to take advantage of this extra time that Mars is in Gemini. It's also going to bring in this energy of us using our words to create our reality. Now that's always in play, right? But especially because Mars is in Gemini, and Gemini is the zodiac sign of communication. This energy is going to have us using our words to tell other people how we feel, what we need, where we're going. But they're also there to tell, those words are also what we play out in our mind. So we have to be careful because our words also create our reality. So it's a really good time to keep an eye on what you are saying, not only to others, but to yourself. So Sag, the energy, Mars is going to actually be in your 7th house of partnerships. So it's an interesting time for you, especially I feel it could be a romantic relationship coming in for you, partnering up there, or it could be a business partner that you are attracting in at this time. And not only are you going to kind of like welcome this partner, this partner comes in to help you to take your love sector to the next level, or to take your business, and career and money sector to the next level. So really exciting for you, Sag, because I feel like you have been right on the cusp of great things coming in, and then suddenly they're going to be here. So we're going to take a look at the overall energies with the oracle cards, and then we're going to move to the tarot for more details. I've been trying to put the cards out for us while we've been talking, and so I think we're ready to get started. If you do resonate with the message, I'd really appreciate it if you would consider like, commenting, or subscribing. I really do appreciate all of your support. Okay, so let's see what we have here. This is your animal spirit, koi fish spirit. There is always enough. Sag, this is moving into that energy of, trusting the universe and coming out of that mindset that there is only so much love, there is only so much money, there's only so much material goods, and it's kind of like if somebody else gets a slice of that pie, then there's not going to be any for me. And I love this energy because I feel like, that energy of there's not enough to go around really is a limiting belief factor for ourselves, because when we see other people being successful, then we think we can't be successful. And you have really been working on leaving that limiting belief behind and getting into the energy of wanting to truly attract in success, love, partnerships, whatever it is that you've been working to bring in. So I love this because it doesn't keep you in that negative mindset when you see somebody else, you have a friend or a coworker or a family member that gets married or is successful or gets a promotion, it helps you to step out of that, oh, well, they got that, so I won't. It's where we can be joyful for other people, and we can also still be in alignment for what it is that we want to bring in. Yeah, view from above, get the big picture. I love this because I think you're really stepping into that energy of being grateful for what you have, but also being really grateful when you see friends and family to succeed or get what it is that they want. It's really nice because the energy I get from this is this positive energy of that you want everyone to get more pie, yeah. Really lovely. So let's go and look at your present energy right now. So let me put the tarot out. Ooh, look at that. Two of Cups on the bottom. Yeah. The Two of Cups can be, a romantic partner. It can also be a business partner. It can also be that energy of coming into alignment with yourself, with your inner child, with what it is that your heart truly desires. Okay. Wow. Lovely. Hierophant on the bottom. I have to love that. We're going to talk about that in a minute. Okay. So right now we have Wish Upon a Star and Peace. This is your present energy. We also have the Five of Swords. So the Five of Swords, I think, really is kind of playing to that past energy of, when somebody else gets something, then I can't get it too. It also has, if you'll notice, this like shadow in the background. It's portraying to experiences that you have had in the past that are still kind of lingering. The energy of, heartache, whether it's in love, business, career, life in general. It's this energy of, I can't get away from that past energy, right? And I feel like you have, been working on moving away from that energy for, I would say, at least since the beginning of this year. So the last 6 or 7 months. And it's this energy of, okay, I know that has occurred. You see how she's not looking at it. She can feel that energy on her back, okay? The shadow of, this is a woman and this is a man, but it doesn't have to be in love. Whatever you are missing from the past, she has her back to it. She's not looking at it, but it's like she can still feel the vibration of that. And I feel like this is what you are kind of coming into crystal clarity about right now, that as long as you allow that energy to kind of like even be in your aura, okay, it's going to be there. And when it's there, it's going to hold back your belief system of what you can do. Because when it's there, it's kind of like, the career that didn't work out, or the job that didn't work out, or the relationship that didn't work out. And in our mind, we can sometimes go to that, that didn't work out, so it's probably never going to work out. Now, the good thing is that I really feel like this is your past energy and you're moving out of it. I think like maybe 6 months ago, you would have been looking at the shadow, right? Now you're not looking at the shadow. In fact, to me, it looks like you're getting ready to walk away from the shadow. You're understanding that the best way to move forward is to put your back and walk away from something disappointing in the past. And that's what you're doing, because we have, the Peace card and Wish Upon a Star. It's kind of like, okay, this is Swords energy. This is all in your head. This is your ego talking, right? And now the best way forward is to get into your heart space. Look at that sweet child. She has her hands over her heart. She has her eyes closed. She's visualizing where it is that she wants to go. And I feel like this is really something that you are doing. When you get into that energy, you have the peace energy here. The best way out of this, when this starts coming in, and the ego starts playing with your mind, is to say, okay, that's my monkey mind. I'm going down into my heart chakra. I'm going to put my energy into my heart space. And when you do, this is going to get smaller and smaller and smaller, and this will get bigger and bigger and bigger. And I really do love that, because you're starting to understand the only way to see where I'm going is to no longer focus on what has occurred in the past. It's really difficult, because I feel like and I'm saying this because of your comments, because you are just so wonderful about sharing your stories with others. Yeah, I feel like what you've been through has been difficult. And for a lot of you, it wasn't just like a one tower moment or one obstacle. It was several. And now it's kind of like, okay, I'm ready to leave that behind. I feel like you're going to make so much progress over these 7 months. I'm so excited for you. Okay, so let's see what we have here. Yeah, look at this. It's so interesting. And there's your clarity. Queen of Swords. Getting your clarity so you know exactly where you're going. And you know, the thing I love about the Queen of Swords too is that she uses that sword. She knows where she's going. Anything or anyone that comes in that wants to distract her, get her off her focus, she brings that sword down. She's like, no, you're not getting in my way. I feel like in the past, you have allowed other people to kind of get in your way, right? People pleasing, right? Allowing others to have their way. We don't want to upset anyone. So, allowing other people to kind of get their way, whatever that is. For instance, say, you started a new business, and, you need to rent a space for your business, let's say, and you went to rent it, and, you weren't getting the deal that you wanted on the rent, right? And you might have just kind of caved in at the last minute and said, okay, well, that's fine, because I want to move on. It was almost like a desperation of, I just want to move on. So, okay, fine. I'll pay more than I really wanted to, right? And I just want to move on. Or you could have gone through a difficult, say, a divorce or separation, something like that. And you may not have fought for everything that was rightfully yours in that, because it was kind of like, okay, I just want to move on, right? I want to get out of this relationship. I want to start the next phase of my life. And now I feel as if, you're allowing yourself, there's a little bit of regret with that, but don't allow that to stop you, because, you are... in a lot of that aspect, you are wise to go ahead and say, you know what, in the end, it doesn't matter, because I know the universe is going to provide for me. There is enough for everyone. I'm not going to sit and piddle about every single dollar, right? Because my time and energy needs to go somewhere else. And that's exactly what you're doing. You may be even shifting that, where things before you would have allowed things to get under your skin, things like that. Now you're understanding, no, you're not stealing my time and energy. You may have stolen, a lot of other things from me, right? But you're not going to steal any more of my time and energy, because there's something, look at this, King of Pentacles, something that I want to build. Really lovely energy, super lovely, because you've been waiting a long time. I feel like for a lot of you, you've had to get a different perspective of this heartbreak in the past. You've had to literally look at it in 100 different ways. I mean, it's kind of like, okay, I'll look at it this way, I'll look at it this way, I'll look at it this way, because, the hanged man is hanging upside down, trying to get a different perspective of a situation, right? We usually walk around with our head up. Well, the hanged man is upside down, trying to look at a situation from a different perspective. I feel like for some of you, you have spent a long time, perhaps maybe even up to 5 years, looking at a situation and how maybe you handled it, right? I mean, looking at it in order to learn the lesson that you're supposed to learn out of this. So you've been looking at it upside down, sideways, and everything. But while we're doing that, okay, we're gaining wisdom, but we're not really moving forward. And I'm not, that is actually time well spent. My guides are saying it was time well spent to take a look at this situation from a lot of different aspects. I think you learned not just one lesson, you learned a whole new bag of tricks. And now you can use that bag of tricks as you move forward, because there's that Five of Swords again, but this is different. To me, this is, I have regrets about the past. This to me is, I'm going to win at this no matter what. Okay. And this is you getting into this energy. I'm going to win at this game of love. I'm going to win at this game of business. I'm going to win at this game of life. I'm ready to go to battle and offer your cup of love. This is kind of a little bit of, going at it really hard. And then this is, but I'm also bringing my love with me, and I love that energy. Okay, so let's take a look at what your obstacle is over this time period. So this is, we have to keep in mind that our obstacle is actually what we are overcoming. So you'll be overcoming this over the next 7 months. So a merry motive, poised, really nice, and a Page of Cups. Okay, so to me, I don't think this is really like an obstacle. I think it's an area of resistance, okay? Because it can be either. This is where you are opening up to finding the merry motive, okay, of how to move forward. In the past, you could have maybe had a little bit of regrets about how something, ended in the past. And your motive could have been, well, I'm going to show them, right? And sometimes that can be a great motivator when we are first coming out of, a heartbreak of some sort, whether it's in business or love, it doesn't matter. It's kind of like, okay, the thing that sometimes can get us up and out of bed and out the door when we are in, a difficult situation is that anger, that resentment, that determination, right? To show somebody that you are not what they may have said you are. That you're unlovable, that you're unsuccessful, that you're lazy, whatever it is, that you are unworthy of love or success in your life. And Sag, you know that you are worthy of it. So in the beginning, you could have been in this energy of, okay, I'm going at this at all costs because I want to show somebody that they're wrong about me, right? And that's why you may have made a few choices, like paying more rent than maybe you could have negotiated if you had been a little bit more patient, right? Or you could have left money on the table in a negotiation of a divorce or a settlement of some sort. But it's not about lingering on that. Okay. And I'm really trying to bring that in because I feel like sometimes we linger on those decisions that we made when we were in this energy. Five of Swords is not an easy energy to be in, but it's remembering that you did the best that you could at that time. That at the time, your motive may have been, I just want to move forward. I just want to show so-and-so that they're wrong about me, right? The motive was not intrinsic into what your heart truly desired. It was a little bit more ego-based because the swords are the ego. Now, I feel like what's happening over these next 7 months is that you're getting out of that energy of, I'm going to show the world just how wrong they are, right? And I've been there. We've all been there, right? But that is honestly, okay, a very good step in just getting started. So don't, if you're, feeling bad, and I hate to use that word, but, if you're feeling regrets, okay, or shame or guilt about being in that energy at some time, just understand that that was a significant step that you needed to go through in order to get to where you're going, because you had some difficult situations put forth on your path. But those now, you're kind of past that point, right? You're past trying to show somebody else. What you're doing is you're coming into your own heart space and you're saying, okay, my motive is shifting from showing other people to listening to my heart about what it is I really want to do. Because we realize that when we're trying to show somebody else how wrong they are about us, what we're really doing, okay, is doing something that's based on what they want rather than on what we want. And I feel like this is the shift that really changes your whole path moving forward. It does not mean that you're going in the wrong direction. It just means you're going to find that progress so much faster, because now you're not putting this time and energy into what somebody else is thinking. You're not putting time and energy into trying to prove something to somebody else. Instead, what you're doing is you're putting your time and energy into making your heart sing. What a beautiful, beautiful message. Yeah, and you're totally poised for this. You're ready for this. You know, sometimes we hold ourselves back from what our heart truly desires because we don't want to break our own heart. We have experienced so many other people bringing us down, breaking our heart, disappointing us, right? If we start following our own heart, then sometimes what happens is we get scared. What happens if I can't follow through with this, with what my heart truly desires? Then I can't shift the blame, okay, that somebody else broke my heart. Instead, I'm having to admit to myself that I let myself down. And that is such a huge lesson to be shifting into, right? You're seeing the big picture. You're also understanding here that as you shift into trying to follow what your heart truly desires, your fear of letting yourself down, the thing is that you're going to realize that as long as you are on that path of what your heart truly desires, you can never let your heart down. You can never disappoint yourself. It's not about the destination. It really does it's about the journey. Wow, really interesting, because I want you to know you have happy, happy, and Hierophant. The Hierophant represents that wisdom that we all acquire as we're on our journey. The happy, happy represents that you're going to realize that life isn't a destination. It really is a journey, and it's a journey of just exploring over and over again what your heart desires. It's, your heart can desire different things. You may have a desire today to start a business, right? And then, 4 months from now, you're kind of like, wait a minute, I want to go onto the spiritual path. I think I want to go take a sabbatical or something like that, right? It's about just knowing that your happiness lies in your own heart, being connected to who you are and to what your heart truly wants. We also have the Rose's Kiss here, and this is an energy for me of that there are people that have passed from this lifetime. This could be your parents, grandparents, friends, anybody that has passed from this world that really meant a lot to you. They are helping to guide you during this time, and they're asking you to keep your ears wide open. That means listening to your heart, knowing that they're trying to speak to you, trying to guide you on this path. I also think it's interesting because we have these hot air balloons. She is in a hot air balloon, right? But you see these other hot air balloons, I feel like you're coming into a soul tribe, because remember, of these next 7 months, you're coming into partnerships with other people that see things the same way you do. And so I feel like you're coming into a new soul tribe as you're moving into this energy of following what your heart truly desires instead of worrying about what other people think. It's kind of like you come into connection, okay, with other people that see the world now as this more spiritual being that you are becoming, a wise one, a teacher somebody that can use their spiritual gifts to help other people on their path. So let's see what advice we have here. Okay, so the advice from Spirit is not for you. I think that that's what you're really kind of coming into. You're understanding that putting time and energy into what other people think is just not for you anymore. It is, once again, a little scary because sometimes it also means that we're going solitary for a time, a short amount of time. I mean, you could be, single at this time or whatever, but it's almost sometimes we have to understand that we really have to go on that journey for a while by ourselves so that we can tap into what our heart truly desires. We have to remove ourselves from what other people are saying to us in order to tap into our own knowledge. Okay, so we have a burst of magic and Ace of Cups. I feel like when you step into this journey of really listening to your heart and truly following your heart, not only are you attracting in a soul tribe, I do feel the Ace of Cups is new love. There's a burst of new love that comes in. And to be honest, I feel like this is maybe further, this could be towards the end of 2022, the beginning of, January, something like that. It could be even, okay, they're saying New Year's Eve. It could be even, like you go to a New Year's Eve party or something and there's almost like a burst of magic. To me, it's kind of like a connection. Like this is going to be somebody you do not know. I really feel like it's somebody brand new. You walk into a room, whether it's, like a get together, a party or something. I feel like your eyes connect. It really is. I don't get that energy very often. So it's really kind of interesting because I feel, you see how there's like these little stars here? I almost feel like it is that magical moment where you feel like you're seeing stars, really, really lovely. When this person comes in, I think it is the final thing that helps you to walk away from whatever this past energy was. You understand. It's almost as if you understand that you are in a new phase of your life, that you have truly left, the shadows of what has happened in the past. Wow, really lovely. Okay, so let's see what we have here. Yeah, Page of Cups, Ten of Cups, no way. You're not, Sag. I'm gonna cry. Yeah, look, Two of Cups on the bottom. You have the Page of Cups with the Ace of Cups. Somebody coming in, really, it's somebody that is sweet. They could actually be maybe a little younger than you, or at least playful. I'm getting that energy of being playful. I think their playfulness is actually what connects the two of you. This is such a lovely energy. And I haven't really had that many romantic readings lately. So this is really kind of a breath of fresh air. Yeah, so I think they come in, they're kind of playful. I think that there's this instant kind of chemistry, but it's not just a physical attraction. There's a true heart connection here with the Ten of Cups. It's something that, starts out as an ace and it grows into the 10. I think you immediately see that this is going to grow into something beautiful. The way I can say it is that I think you allow your walls to kind of almost like dissolve instantly, and you become very vulnerable, and they're very vulnerable. And I think one of the reasons is the energy off of this card is just incredible. I think that they're playful and they put you at ease. I think they're witty. I want to say they're a little tad silly, but it's a nice tad of silly. It's kind of, oh wow, okay, if it is like a New Year's Eve party or something like that, they may have something costumey on, and it could just be like a New Year's Eve hat or a funny pair of glasses or something like that. I think it's part of the play between the two of you, whatever it is. Or it could be, if it's like a sporting event or something, they could have like a shirt on that represents a team or something like that. You could be even on opposing teams. It's like there's this banter between you and you really enjoy it. Okay, they enjoy it and you enjoy it. It's like a breath of fresh air, I'm going to say, because when they come in and they're like in this energy, you instantly think, oh my goodness, I think I could do this for the rest of my life. And then we have the Two of Wands. You know, at that moment, it's as if you're really and truly leaving this energy behind. I think you're working on leaving that energy behind over these next 7 months, but it's kind of like, no, I know I've left it behind. It's like this past person is this wand, and you don't have a hand on it, right? It's kind of like, yeah, I'm ready for the next adventure. You see how he's holding, the world in his hands there. It's kind of like, yeah, I'm opening my life up to this next chapter. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, we have the Two of Cups, the Ace of Cups, the Queen of Wands, that is you, Sag, that is you, and the King of Pentacles. What a nice match. I think that they are grounded. I do feel like they are grounded. Good, they could be Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. Doesn't have to be, but and gender doesn't matter here. You can switch the gender, but the King of Pentacles is somebody that is financially sound, good business person, very grounded, very reliable. Okay. And then the Queen of Wands, I really feel like this is your energy of being charismatic, confident, business savvy. I feel like you're kind of independent. That is what this person likes. It's not like they want to, they like the fact that you are kind of independent, that you have a life of your own, but you're willing to bring in somebody to join you. Yeah, really interesting. I love that. Okay, now the thing that I did not want to say at the very beginning, I was kind of like, oh, well, we'll talk about that later, is that the Hierophant, okay, does represent marriage. And I didn't want to say that at the beginning because I didn't know where this reading is going, but I do feel like that for a lot of you, this relationship, you have learned a lot in the love sector, but I also feel like this person is also possibly, long-term committed relationship material, marriage material. Now, if you're like, no, there's no love, remember, okay, that this next 7 months is in your 7th house of partnerships, okay? That is the energy that you have for this next 7 months. If it's not a romantic love, okay, it could possibly be a business partner, but I'm going to tell you I've not seen this much energy of romance in a long time. So I feel as if, this is, I would say, probably a romantic partner. Okay, so let's take a look at your Soul Truth card to finish this out. How can I be more kind to myself and offer more grace in this very moment? Okay, I feel like we're going to read the back in a second. This is really coming back to any regrets, that guilt or that shame about making decisions based on trying to prove somebody else wrong. I feel that energy was coming through earlier, that I feel like some of you, if you're resonating with that, you may, it's not that you regret it because of them. I think you regret it because part of you is like, why couldn't I be stronger to step into my energy of creating for myself instead of trying to prove somebody else wrong? But I'm coming back, your angels and spirit guides, if you're resonating with that, right? And perhaps your deceased loved ones, want you to know that that was an important step for you. that there is a good chance that if you didn't get mad and try to want to prove somebody wrong, right, that you may not have gotten up and got started. So it's about understanding that sometimes those energies are good energies, even though those are not what you're keeping. You're moving out of this energy, right? You're moving into, okay, I want to create what my heart desires instead of focusing anymore on what somebody else, trying to prove somebody else wrong. Okay, growing our self-love is medicine to this world's broken heart. When you heal, we all heal. When you give yourself more grace, you are able to give the world more grace. Wow, really lovely. And I feel like, yeah, I'm going to come back to this too at wands just for a second, because I feel as if, you know, you are, look, when you were over here holding on to this wand, you weren't thinking perhaps of the bigger view of healing the world, right? You may have been living, you know, for some time in trying to please other people or prove other people wrong. This is a complete shift for you, Sag. It really and truly is so exciting of a shift, because now it's kind of like, you see, he's holding the world, but I feel like, you know, I said earlier, stepping into a new chapter, a new phase of your world, right? But I also feel like now you are the Hierophant. You are the wise teacher. You're ready to go and help heal other people. You have been through so much, and so you gain so much soul growth, evolution, wisdom. And I know, you know, for some of you, it's kind of like, yeah, but that was a big price to pay, you know. And yeah, I think, you know, for a lot of you, it really was. But now you're stepping into a whole new world where you're really focused on the heart, right? Instead of the ego. Wow, really intense reading. I am so excited for you, Sagittarius, and I'm so excited for what you are going to be overcoming and moving into, the energies that you're moving into in the future. And of course, this new love. Okay, well, maybe your romance, your love readings will get a little spicier. We'll have to see. All right, well, I'm going to leave it there. I do personal readings. If you're interested, the link is in the description box below. I really do appreciate all of your support through likes, comments, and subscribing. And I really do hope to see you again really soon. Bye for now.